Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Marina. This is Confessions of a Dollar Tree Addict. I'm having a hot cocoa in my favorite mug and I am loving my Black Friday. I have spent the whole day crafting. So we're gonna make a girl gnome. Now, when I bought this headband, it was a little bit crooked. When I bought these headbands, I bought two. One was a little crooked and I had decided I was going to make it into a gnome. And then my dog had other plans for it, but I didn't throw it away because I'm still going to make it into a gnome. I'm just not going to use it for the video. I'm lucky I have the other one, so I'm going to make a gnome out of this. And it's kind of very easy. I have a lot of stuff on this table because I really feel like you can make a gnome out of almost anything. Here's the stuffing of a pillow that I'm going to use to fill them with. But you could also build your gnome on a glass jar, and this weighs it down, and put a sock over it. I can show you guys how to do that. You could also make a gnome out of an empty Perrier bottle, or if you don't throw the lid away, you could literally fill it with water, not completely because when it freezes, it expands, and it's so heavy that you could put it out on your deck and it won't get blown away because it'll be weighed down with water. So this could potentially be an outdoor decoration for a deck or something like that. If you, I actually do have the cap, I just don't have it right here. Some of you guys bought this pumpkin in the summer. I actually think that that is like the easiest way to make a gnome, and I could do that. I could cut the plastic out of this and give it arms and hair, but that would almost be cheating. But these really could be recycled into gnome faces. If you have these velvet pumpkins in any color, you could get socks that, you know, match them and make them into gnomes. I bought this, I literally paid, what was this originally? I paid 39 cents for it. I don't know what the price of it was originally, but I got this at the Christmas tree store for 39 cents. It's a wine bottle bag. This is an instant 2 gnomes you can make out of this. I bought it in the as-is section. There's literally nothing wrong with it. I don't know why it was 39 cents. I have my son's last year's Old Navy long johns that he outgrew. This could become a gnome. Easy, no problem. Very simple. And even these Santa Clauses can become gnomes. If you pull the beard off and then do this, and we're going to make some like that too, because they actually come out really cute. I know that a lot of people have made gnomes out of this and seemed a little complicated. I like to do things that are really easy. There's way easier ways to make gnomes out of this than what I've seen. So just very, very easy ways to make gnomes. But this, I felt very intrigued by it. It felt very female. The energy of this is super female and slinky and Santa baby gnome. So I decided that I'm going to start the video with making a girl gnome. I'm sacrificing a pair of these cute lashes because I feel that my gnome needs cute lashes. And yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to carefully cut into this because it's basically like a Santa Claus hat, a mini Santa Claus hat connected to a headband. And what we want to do is disconnect it from the headband. There. So now I literally have an adorable gnome hat that needs a face. I'm going to clean those little glue spots out. It's already stuffed. I mean, how like perfect is this gnome? This is the best gnome ever. I'm in love with it. And the headband gives me hands. I just cannot believe this headband is literally a gnome. It's the makings of a gnome. So yeah, so I'm just going to cut the ugly off of it. I'm going to leave a little ugly. You never know. It might tuck in somewhere. We'll put that to the side. Haven't figured everything out yet. I never know what I'm going to do until I'm doing it, just in case you guys want to know. And then I do have these glass jars. I could build it on a glass jar, but just in case you guys don't have glass jars, I won't do that. Or in case you don't have a small enough glass jar, I will not do that. I do want to make sure that this is cleaned up though, because there's a lot of glue from where they made it. So when I went to Family Dollar the other day, they had this dog chew toy made of basically like rag rug for 50 cents. And I immediately thought, oh, that would be Gnome Rietta's hair perfectly. So I'm going to be using that to make her hair. You can make gnomes with just about anything. Empty Perrier bottles. I have this small one and this big one, and I'm going to be using the small one as the base of this gnome hat. And I think it's going to be so cute. And I do have this faux fur vest that I bought that I showed you guys. And it also has sweater material on the other side. I'm just going to cover this with that and go forward. I could just as easily have put a white sock over this first, but I have this and it's really easy to put it on. I'm going to take this off, put this on, glue it on the back, and then put the hat back over it, and it'll be her face. Here's what the bottle looks like. That doesn't matter because she's going to have hair here. So I just hot glued it on it. And I think it has the shape of what a girl gnome would have. So I love it. Now, I did take the stuffing out of her hat. And now we're going to slip this on into it. It takes a little bit of finagling, but you just squish the bottle in and pull the hat down and squish the bottle in and then let the hat back out. And eventually it goes all the way down. Because it is just a plastic bottle. Don't forget that. These, you know, it's just like the nautical rope, only with basically rag rug material. You don't really have to separate them. You could just hot glue. Let's say you could just put the hot glue right there and then cut it and just tuck it in underneath the hat. Like this. Is cut. A very dirty scissor full of gnome beard and hair. And then you just pick up the hat, squish the thing down, and tuck it in. And that's how I keep getting the fur all over me from the trim. And you do that all the way around. I probably could have done that first, but I didn't think of it. I take some of the really short little scraps and I'm going to glue them all in a row together because they're going to be bangs. I'm going to set the bangs aside because, of course, the nose has to go in before the bangs do. And I do have a cedar ball that I'm going to place like that. And then I'm going to have the bangs going over it. So I'm going to try to get it as much under the hat as I can and then glue it in. put 1/2 of an eyelash on each side. There she is, looking so cute. She's batting her eyelashes at us. And I think that her cute trundles of hair need some bows in the front. So I'm going to take some of the Dollar Tree mini bows and just glue them to each side of her hair. Like that. Oopsie. And there she is. And in my little gnome for the holidays world, here she is hanging out, the first of quite a few gnomes that I made. She's all set and ready to hang with her gnomies. What do you guys think of her? What we're going to make is, we've all bought the Santa. I took off his glasses. I'm sorry to do this to Santa, but we've all bought him a million times, and we probably have 20 of them in our attics. So we need to change it up a little. Now he's already got the pointy hat. We're all set with that. Perfect. He's already a perfect gnome in many ways, but it's all here. All you have to do is take off the glasses and carefully unglue the beard and then re-glue the beard up high, but choose a nose. Now I do have pom-poms or beads or even a pine cone. You could even use a pine cone. I've seen people do it. I don't like the pine cone that much, not for this, but I do like when people use the pom-pom. So I think we're going to go with a pom-pom on this one. Maybe it's too big. I feel like I would want to glue a little bit of fur on his hat. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Here we have a buffalo check Santa. And again, I take off his glasses. I pull the beard from where they've glued it to up his eyes. And then again, I'm going to add a strip of faux fur across the hat. And I'm going to make this into another gnome. A buffalo check Santa turned gnome with hands bringing us a little present. Super cute. I just added a pine cone and a little bit of greenery to the hat. And here, and one of the last gnomes we're going to make is the one out of the buffalo check hat from the Dollar Tree. I just cut the hat straight down the middle, leaving the pom-pom on one side and hot glued it. Then I got a sock and cut it in half using the bottom portion to put cotton into. You can use whatever you have, tissue, whatever you have on hand. I then glued the sock closed so the stuffing would stay inside the sock. Last gnome was made out of the Dollar Tree buffalo check hat that I cut in half as shown, and stuffed the hat, hot glued it, and then I made him a 1970s jute cord handlebar mustache and a cedar ball nose. And I stuffed the sock as shown. Here I just glued the top, and instead of weighing him down, I just sat him and glued him to a jar lid, and that actually here in my Gnome for the Holidays little Christmas world are all of the completed gnomes that I made. I've never made them before, but they're really fun to make, and I think that you can Just get a bunch of household stuff that you're not using and grab the kids and make a ton of fun gnomes that can join you for your holiday celebration. They're really easy and you can make them as pretty or as fun or as quirky as you want. Like this blue gnome is actually made out of um, a pair of two different pairs of socks that I got at the hospital when I had surgery a couple of years ago on my gallbladder. But I had them and I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can make a gnome out of them. I think they're kind of funny and they're blue because it was a blue time in my life. Anyway, you can make all kinds of gnomes and have fun doing it. It's a fun craft. The Santa face gnomes, I'm sure that we all have those at home. The buffalo check gnome with the jute cord, the crazy haired girl gnome. They're all fun. I mean, we have plenty of these gray and red ones from the Dollar Tree, and you could just make all kinds of gnomes, one to suit everyone's personality, whatever you choose. The sky is the limit. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and take some chances and make your own gnomes. And as always, stay safe and stay savvy, guys. Bye bye.